Good morning. There you go. Had to get y'all mirror right. Let me y'all camera. How y'all doing? Come on in the room. Double tap as y'all get in here. Let me get IG rolling real quick, and we gonna be ready. How y'all doing this morning? Double tap on the screen. As soon as I get y'all right, there we go. Thank y'all are centered enough. Let's get y'all turned. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Double tap on the screen. How you doing, Gigi? How y'all doing this morning? Double tap on the screen as y'all come in. Y'all listen, we ain't got no water in South Carolina. We went to the store yesterday and we got to deal with these. Look, this is all that they had left. Y'all know we still got a lot of stuff that's not working from people, from electricity to the internet and stuff like that. So yeah, my first thing was I wanted to get all the shirts and stuff everybody been ordering. I wanted to get y'all order sent out, but it has been a struggle with keeping everything going. So y'all be patient with me. I do have y'all shirts and stuff coming, but keep in mind a lot of stuff is still down from the storm and whatnot. So it's like, you know what I mean. If we can get through with the Wi-Fi, then it'll be strong enough to do certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? In certain places that we go, it ain't even worth nothing. Yeah, this is the water that we had to get because there's nothing in the stores. I was able to get some of the stuff that I needed, so I'm good. But I had to buy these little teeny things right here, and y'all know that ain't what I wanted. I like the big bottles of water, man. Like, yeah. So, and like some stores may have stuff, but because you can't get to certain areas because they have the roads blocked off because of the flooding, you can't even get over there to get whatever it is that they got. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we over on our side, and we were blessed enough. I ain't complaining because we was blessed enough. We still got our lights. We still got our Wi-Fi that's running. You know what I'm saying? Stuff just limited. I'm not even sure if they got gas. We're gonna find out today if I'm able to get gas or not. So, but my truck got gas. My car though, my car is on a half a tank, but my truck is full. I remember filling it up like before everything. So I do got gas in my truck, so I may end up just having to drive that if need be. But y'all double tap on the screen, man. How y'all doing this morning? I just wanted to make sure y'all know that y'all shirts and stuff is coming, but we don't even have everything open right now. So as soon as everything is rolling like back how it needs to be, because it's been a minute. I appreciate y'all patience as well because I had issues with Hobby Lobby at first, but now that we got that together, I just, you know what I mean, want to make sure that y'all know y'all stuff coming. Happy New Day. Grand Rising, Rich Rising. How y'all doing this morning, man? Y'all double tap on the screen. I'm going to tell y'all what, I feel good this morning. I feel good. I feel amazing. We have 91 days left till 2025. Ain't that something, y'all? We have 91 days left till 2025. This right here is, I'm telling you, one thing about life. Good morning, Be Kind. How you doing? One thing about life is tick, tick. That thing going to keep on ticking. No matter what, it's going to keep on ticking. Good morning, Tia. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Kiana 41. How y'all doing this morning? Jocelyn, how you doing this morning? Y'all double tap on that screen. Vita 91. Yes, that's how fast it's going. You know what I'm saying? We started this thing out at 122, and we did 30-day fasting of no meat. Today we got into our intermittent fasting, no eating before 12, nothing after 8. You know what I'm saying? And now we just rolling with it. Then upgraded to a 6-minute meditation. Got our scripture in today. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good, feeling refreshed, feeling free. October be good to us, okay? Scripture in today. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good, feeling refreshed, feeling free. October be good to us, okay? Double tap on the screen for me real quick. October be good to us. Just write it inside the chat real quick. Baby, October be good to us. That's all we asking. We showing up this morning and we just like, hey, October, hey, do your thing. Do your big one for us. Understand? Yeah, do our big one. Come on, Latifah. Do your big one for us on this morning. Double tap on my screen as you come into the room. TikTok, let me get some love over there. Hit that share button. Bring everybody into the chat. Do me a favor over here on Facebook. Get us up to 200. We need 200 on those stars over there on Facebook. IG, I know I seen a couple of badges go up. I think we need 7. We need 7 badges on IG. Let me get 7 over there. Double tap on my screen. I'm gonna be talking this morning because it's some stuff that I need to make y'all aware of. At the start of every month, y'all know I come right in and I tell y'all What y'all gonna be looking forward to, right? I tell y'all every single time, because I don't be wanting y'all to get caught off guard. I don't want, yes, we will pray for you. I don't want y'all to be getting caught off guard. I don't want y'all to be getting upset, frustrated, agitated, or annoyed. I don't be wanting y'all to experience none of those emotions, because of what? You don't have to go through none of that when you are wrapped up, tied up, sewed up in Christ. You don't have to deal with stuff that other folk deal with. You don't have to cry like other folk cry. You don't have to be bothered with the drama and the chaos of this life when you are operating in the mindset of Christ, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, when you're actively aligning your life for his will. And I want to clear up something yesterday. Yesterday I made a post on Facebook, right? And I appreciate the feedback that I got in one of the groups, because I be sharing my posts sometimes in groups. Somebody wrote me and they said, well, why would you not teach people to fear God? Because my post said that I don't teach fear. I don't teach people to fear God. I teach people to fear losing God. And they said, well, she was very, very respectful with it, but I want to make sure that we clear. The reason why I don't dwell on fear is because we've been taught that our whole entire life. We've been drilled that our whole entire life. Every church that we didn't went into, it's been about bashing. It's about you going to hell. It's about you going to burn. It's you going to get struck down. We've heard that our whole entire life. If we don't know nothing else, we know the wrath of God. We know what it is to be punished by God. We know that already. But what we don't know is the love of him. We don't know his forgiveness. We don't know about his grace. We don't know about his mercy. We don't know about the things that he provides when we are in alignment with him. So when I made the post simply stating what I teach on a regular basis. So my supporters, or my chosen family, y'all in the chat and y'all, in the comment section, and y'all understood exactly what I was saying. But it was some outside people that kind of was like, wait a minute, because the Bible says fear God, but you have to, what did I tell y'all? When the Bible's talking about fearing God, when he's talking about the people that are righteous, it's a reverence. It's a reverence, right? It's a reverence. The fear that he's speaking of is reverencing him, understanding like that's what he's talking about, right? He's not saying walk around clammed up, tiptoeing around me. No, that's not what we're talking about. There you go, Lily. That is exactly what it is a holy reverence. The only time you're in fear is when you're acting out of a way that you're not supposed to be acting. When you're doing what you know you're not supposed to be doing. That's the only time that you're going to be actively at fear. That's the only time your fear is activated, is when you step out of alignment. When you're moving your own way, doing your own thing, that's when your fear is activated. But if every day that you get up and you're making a conscious effort to do the right thing, aligning your life with that word, and you're operating with that mindset, your fear is not activated. Come on, your fear it's not activated. It's not turned on. The only thing that you think about is what? Love. The only thing that you operate is in what? Is peace. The only thing that you're experiencing is what? Joy. Even in the middle of storms, even when things are going on in your life, you're not afraid. You're not afraid that you're going to lose it. You're not afraid that everything going to go down. You're not afraid in no type of way, shape, or form. Why? Because you are wise enough to know what God has said to you. So what I teach is you're nothing without him. If you're going to be afraid of something, be afraid of losing him. Because the moment that you're not in alignment with him, the moment that you detach yourself from him, the moment that you start going your own way, that's when you start messing up. That's when you start jacking up your life. And guess what? The wrath that you're feeling is the wrath of your own decision making. The wrath that you're feeling is the wrath of your own disobedience. You can't do something without having consequences. For every action, there's going to be a what? A reaction. You can't get around that. And you blame God. Oh, you punishing me. This your wrath. You over here, I'm going through this and I'm going through that. No. That's your decision making. That's you operating out of self. Understand that every single day that you wake up, and you put your feet to the ground and you got breath in your body, God is saying, I gave you new grace. I gave you new mercy. In spite of everything that you've done, I blew breath all over you. Understand that. How is it that you can ostracize my wrath, but you won't speak about my love? Right? So we had a conversation, healthy conversation. She said, well, it says to fear. I said, yes, it definitely does says fear. When you start operating, right? She say, teach, teacher. Come on, Lily. You know I was outside with it. I said, baby, let me tell you something. When we're talking about fear, I tell my people there's a difference in fear, right? There's a difference in fear, right? You have a good fear and you have a bad fear. When we're talking about the fearing of God, that's a good fear, right? That's, I don't want to mess up because I love you like that. I don't want to step out of alignment because I love you like that. I don't want to disappoint you because I love you like that, right? It's not even, it's like with your parents. When you love your mother and your father, when you love them and you do the right thing, why? Because you want to make them proud. You go to school, you make the good grades, you be you be real happy to come home from school when you got A, B honor roll and you read, hey mama, look. Why? Because you're excited to show her or to show your dad, hey look, I was in alignment with you. I did exactly what it was that I did exactly what you wanted me to do. Why? Because you know that there's an award, a reward. One of the rewards that you receive is what? I'm in alignment with you. Understand that God take care of everybody that's in alignment with him. As long as I'm operating in your will, I don't have to worry. I don't have to fret. I don't have to stress. So guess what? I don't want to mess that up. I don't want to detach myself from that. And because I love you like how I love you, I want to please you. I want to walk upright in your sight. When you do that with your mom and your dad, you're not afraid of them, right? You're not afraid that something's going to happen. You do it because you love them. You do it because you want to make them proud. You do that because you want to honor them. You want to show them that I'm abiding by your rules and your regulations, that I'm out here in these streets and I'm not embarrassing you. I don't have folk looking at you, looking at me like I ain't got no home training. I ain't got folk looking at you like you ain't did nothing at the house. It's the same thing when we talking about our Heavenly Father. Understand that you're not walking around actively fearing God on a regular basis. The only time that you're afraid of your parents is when you do something that you're not supposed to be doing, right? Then you're like, man, I don't even want to get off the bus. I already know what's coming. That punishment gonna be waiting on me. That belt gonna be waiting on me. You don't even want to get off the bus because you know that you've already messed up. And that's the same way that it is with God. Your fear, that negative fear, is not activated until you've done something that you wasn't supposed to do. Now you're afraid of the wrath. Now you're afraid of the punishment. Now you're afraid of what's about to happen. But truth be told, if you just stay in alignment, if you just do what you're supposed to do, you won't be fearing that. And then can I go a little bit deeper? And if I dare, because I need to. And also digging deeper into that, you have to understand that the more that you align yourself with Christ, the more that you are aligning your life with him as well. Even with more, when I say aligning your life, that means that you're reading, you're studying, you're fasting, you're praying, you're worshiping. This is your everyday thing. So you're learning more and more about him. You're learning more about him. So the only thing that you ain't over here, the only thing that you know is the wrath. Now you also know about his forgiveness. You know about his grace. You know about his mercy. And when you operate, which is what I teach, so when you operate with that mindset, you know that even when you make a mistake, even when you backslide, even when you do something, you know that there's grace for you. You know that there's mercy for you. You know that there's forgiveness for you. So you don't sit and soak and be embarrassed about what you experience, because that's the only way that you're going to learn. That's you won't know it if you don't mess it up. You don't know it until you go over there and do it. It's about, I made the mistake one time. I saw the damage that it done. And guess what? I don't want to do that no more. Not only that, the more that you study this Bible, oh, come on, coach. Yeah, we outside. Yeah, the more that you study this word, the more you get into this word. And I know I got some folks inside my chat that's going, yeah. Hold on a second, y'all. I got something else. The more that you study this word, the more that you align yourself with this word, the more that you fast, the more that you pray, the more that you take your notes and operate with your notes, guess what? Your spirit of discernment, it'll start operating in a way that you may have never operated it before, right? Because you're strengthening it in that moment. And guess what? It won't even be God that be on you. It'll be you that's on you. Understand, that thing will be bothering you so bad that you ain't do the right thing. You'll be so upset by the fact that you ain't do the right thing. You'll be sitting over there like, I ain't reading. I'm mad that I ain't read. I ain't praying. I'm mad I ain't pray. You'll be so upset with yourself. You want to do the right thing. You have a desire. You have a hunger to do the right thing. And it's not out of fear. You're not afraid that, you know, you're not going to hell because you didn't get to read that day, but you feel bad because you feel like, I want to read read every day. I want to read every day. I want to know more about you every day. I want to grow in you every day. I want to heal in you every day. I want to evolve in you every day. I don't want to skip a day. You don't skip a day giving me grace and mercy, and I don't want to skip a day giving you what you deserve. I don't want to skip prayer. I want to make sure that I'm in an alignment with you. It be you. Your spirit of discernment will get to the point where I just don't want to let you down. I just don't want to disappoint you. You are so good to me that I want to be good to you. Understand? That's what it'll be. So yeah, you have to keep that in the front part of your mind. We've been operating with the rod. We talk about the rod all the time. We've been come on. We've been talking about the rod all the time. People need to know about love. People need to know about grace. Need to know about mercy and forgiveness. And it's just like we've run enough. Let's just be real. We done ran enough folk about the church. Okay, we done ran enough folk about the church. The pews almost empty, right? Like we don't need to run no more. You know what I'm saying? We done ran it. We everybody that you see been church hurt in one way or another. We don't need to run no more folk out of church. All right, let's just keep it. I just want to keep it all the way transparent. Let's just keep it all the way transparent. Let's just keep it all the way real. Some folk don't want to go because of the fact that they are afraid. I don't even want to know about it. I don't want to be connected to it because it do too much for me. I can't make no mistake, and it's always this and it's always that, and that's the reason why they don't want to go. They don't want to go. They don't want to sit. And God is like, wait a minute, hold on. When you come to me, I'm forgiving that. When you come to me, I'm throwing that into the sea of forgiveness. It's never even coming back. That's not what I told them. That's not what I said. That's misinformation. That's incomplete information. That's not all the way right. And the more that you grow, the more that you evolve and you start putting yourself in different rooms where you're learning things, you're like, oh my God. So all this time I stopped going to church and this is what it really was. All this time I stopped worshiping, I stopped believing. And you mean to tell me this really what it was? Like, yeah, come on. It be lit in Jesus. Like, yeah, I just want to say, baby, we be lit. We be having a great time. If you, double tap on my screen if you know what I'm talking about, baby. Wake up, be in prayer, and be excited about prayer. Wake up and go over there and get to taking notes and applying. Baby, it's lit over here. Blessings on blessings, light mind, light heart. It is lit over here. I don't know who told y'all that once you get in alignment with Christ, that it was going to be hard, that it was going to be a struggle, that it was going to be unhappy. Baby, we be lit. We had the time of our life over here. Understand that you ain't never had peace until you got that kind of peace. You ain't never been this type of fool until you got over here and really got full. It was like, you been lied to, baby. You been bamboozled. You been hoodwinked. Understand? You just got finessed because we get over here and we have a good time. Don't let people trick you up out of your alignment. Don't let people trick you up out of your spot. No, we don't operate with the spirit of fear. Why would I be doing that? I'm not operating with no spirit of fear. I operate with the peace, joy, and a sound mind. Understand that as long as I know that this is what I'm doing and I'm aligning myself with that word, then that's the only thing that I worry about. And I ain't gonna even worry. That's the only thing that I'm concerned about, making sure that I'm doing on a regular basis. That's it. That's all. And that's what I teach. Somebody else want to do something else, and that's on them. I'm just saying that's what I'm gonna teach. Double tap on the screen. Thank you, Lynn. I don't know how to pronounce it. Driver. Let's say driver. Double tap on my screen. Double tap on my screen. We up at 720. All right, double tap on the screen. One of the things that we're gonna talk about. We got 91 days. I'm off of that. I just wanted to elaborate for anybody else that was following my Facebook page that may have been confused by the post, and I just want to make sure that everybody understands now. I know once I come up off of something, I'm off of something. But one thing that I do not like is misinformation or incomplete information. So if somebody makes a comment or they're confused about something, I feel like it is my job to make sure that we break it down so that everybody gets it, because sometimes people won't ask a question. Sometimes people will not comment. They won't say anything. And I don't like that. Ask your question. Say what you need to say. Just be respectful so that we can have great conversation and, a great learning experience, a teachable moment for both of us, right? Because I'm not always right either. I'm not always right, and I'm cool with that, right? I love being teachable. I love being coachable. I love when people can bring something to my attention as well, because that will cause me to deep dive dive deep into, you know what I'm saying, things as well. So yes, when you talk, it was a really good question. And I told her, I said, man, I love your healthy feedback. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people just need to know. And you can't be easily offended just because somebody asks you a question or somebody say something. You can't, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. Yeah, no. You're not going to always be right. But what I want to say to you this morning is, as we're going into October, right? Today's October the 1st, officially in the 4th quarter. And this quarter is called what? Transformation quarter. As you know, we've been fasting already for 30 days, and we're about to go into our next 31 day of fasting. And I want to say this to you real quick. You're going to have to be careful of the people that you are around during this time, right? You're going to have to be careful of the people that you are around during this time. That's what, yeah, come on. What we still on Tag Me In. So yeah, we still on Tag Me In. Tag Me In is all week. I need for you to understand that you have to be careful about the people that you are around during this fast, right? You have to be careful of that, because I'm going to tell you right now that the more that you fast, the more that you align yourself, the more that you push back and worship and prayer and everything, in that moment that your spirit is becoming extremely sensitive, right? You start to see things that you've never saw before. You start to feel things. Your spirit is becoming extremely sensitive, right? You start to see things that you've never saw before. You start to feel things that you've never felt before. Understand? You start to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, everything starts to, you see straight through it. I'm talking about crystal clear to you. You may have been confused about something, delusional about something. You may have been looking at something one way, and then you like, wait a minute, what's going on right here and there? You didn't pay that no attention because you wasn't focused. But the moment that you start getting in alignment, the moment that you start really getting focused in your life, then all of a sudden you start seeing things that's always been there, but you ain't paying no attention. And you like, wait a minute, you are not what I thought that you were. You are not who I thought you were. Oh, I thought this was love. This ain't love really at all. Wait a minute, I thought this was fulfilling, but this really ain't what I thought that it was. You start to see people differently. You start to feel about people differently, and you may go through a season where you feel extremely distant from a lot. Yeah. You start to feel like, wait a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, right? Yeah. You're like, wait a minute. You get distance from a little bit, and it's not a bad distance. So I don't want you to get shaken by that. I don't want you to get shaken by the fact that you want to be by yourself. I don't want you to be shocked by the fact that you want to be by yourself. Friends say, ouch. Yeah. When you start working on yourself, and your development, then all of a sudden you'll start craving being alone. You'll start craving that alone time, because you're able to think. You're able to feel, right? Small wins. You're able to hear whispers. Things are happening in your life that have never happened before, and you're putting yourself into that another dimension, another realm of your life, and that is okay. See, at first you didn't want to be in the silence because the silence was so loud. It's like I don't want to be by myself, because it's like my mind started racing. I don't want to be by myself because I be having all kind of thoughts. I be reminiscing about crazy stuff. Every time I get by myself, it's like, oh my God, right? And you ran from that. And the more that you fast and you pray and you study, then all of a sudden you start to enter a place where you don't want nobody to call you. You don't want them texting you. You don't even want them in your space. You just want to sit by yourself for a moment. She said, that's exactly what's happening. Come on. Yeah, you want to be by yourself for a minute. And the reason why is because you're learning how to enjoy your own company. You're learning how to be by yourself. You're learning how to be your own best friend. And when you're getting into those places, now you're seeing that I'm more productive when I'm by myself. I'm more focused when I'm by myself. I get more accomplished when I'm by myself, because when I have other people, understand, when I got other people that's around me, when I got other people that's here, it's like distractions. Whether they big or they small, they're distractions. I have to stop doing this, stop doing that. This person got a question, that person got a question, and you get interrupted here, there, and everywhere. When you get to that point, you start getting frustrated with people, even your own children. All right, I'm from the South. Okay, kids. Y'all say kids. You start getting frustrated. Like, go sit down. Go sit down. I'm reading right now. Go sit down. I'm in meditation right now. Go sit down. I'm studying right now. You want everybody away from you. You want everybody away from you. Why? Because you start to fall in love with that quiet time. You start to fall in love with that quiet time. You want that quiet time. You want that time where it can be just you and him for a while. And that's important, right? So I want you to understand, don't be shaken by that. That's normal. That's how it happens. You coming off a 30-day fast of no meat, and now you're going into a 31-day intermittent fasting. So yes, it's going to be one of those things. Don't worry about it. It is cool. What I say, embrace it. Embrace it. You're walking into a new level of your life. Embrace it. And when things start when things start coming to you and you start seeing things for what they are, don't be afraid. Saying, God, that open doors, close them. Saying, God, that open doors, close doors. When you start working on yourself, it becomes a thing where you have to make a decision, because it'll start showing you the truth. Revealed. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Felicia. Revealed. When God started revealing to you things that you've been praying about, asking about, fasting about, when God started revealing that stuff to you, when it started coming to you, you owe it to yourself in that moment. Hey, look, yeah, that's what it's been. And you have a decision that you're going to have to make in that moment. You have a decision that you're going to have to make in that moment. And we'll sit there and we'll beg God through prayer, through fast, through all of that. We'll beg him and beg him and beg him, doing all of that. And then when he gives us the answer, then when he gives us the answer, we'll shut down the answer if the answer ain't what we want. That's notes for you. You got to stop shutting down the answer just because you didn't get the answer that you want. You have to understand that God's ways is not our ways. He's not going to always do what we want to do. Sometimes we'll be over there, we'll be wanting the same thing, and everything that we're asking him for is right in alignment with that assignment, and that's great. But it's going to come a time on your spiritual journey when you're going to want something. He's going to say, no, I can't give you that. I can give it to you, but I'm not going to, because if I give you that, that's going to distract you. If I give you that, that's going to ruin you. If I give you that, that's gonna throw away every single thing that you've been working on. Sometimes, come on, get your ink pens out. Sometimes that answer is going to be no. Sometimes that answer is going to be the complete opposite of what it is that you wanted. And you still have to be faithful. You still have to push forward. You still have to keep going. You still have to be in alignment. You cannot throw away your assignment because you're wanting to be connected to something or someone on this earth. Let's just be real. You're not going to be able to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You ain't going to be able to straddle that fence. You ain't going to be able to be lukewarm. Understand, it's either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. It's either you're going to be on board or you're not going to be on board, because he's only going to chase you for so long. Understand that he's only going to do this cat and mouse, this Tom and Jerry. He's only going to do this with you for so long. When he revealed to you that this is what it is, this is what we're going to do, this is what the assignment is, this is what you were created to do, you have a due diligence at that moment. You have an assignment at that moment. You have a responsibility in that moment to go over there and to fulfill, because I revealed it to you already. I've shown it to you already. I've made it plain to you already. I let you know exactly what I'm about to do in your life. Understand that in that moment, you're supposed to just simply follow the assignment. What did I tell you? This is a faith journey. You're walking by faith, not by sight. You're not going to get all the details all the time, but that yes and that no, you're going to get. You're going to see that yes and that no, and he's going to reveal it to you time after time after time again. Understand that he will have that same individual hurt you over and over and over until you ain't got no other choice but to turn them loose. It make it hard for you to want the bond. It make it hard for you to want the relationship. It make it hard for you to go to that job. It make it hard for you to sit in that church. Understand that he will disrupt the whole entire connection over and over and over until you turn it loose. I'm going to drink the water. Friend, over and over. Show you them signs over and over. Put it right there in plain sight over and over. You know, have them leave the phone on the bed wide open, knowing they always close it and turn it upside down and over on the back side and make sure the code in it. All of a sudden it's on the bed and it's wide open right there for you. Text message sitting right there in your face. All of a sudden, hey Barbara, this is Shirley. Right there on your phone. Everything that you want to know, then gave it to you right there in all details. Then all of a sudden you get that email and that email is anonymous, honey. You don't even know who it then came from. Ooh, right there in your face. Show you right there. Make it hard for you to get out here and act like you didn't know what was going on, and make it hard for you to be delusional. Make it hard for you to make believe or play pretend with the situation. Make it real hard for you. They'll start doing things right there in your face to disrespect you. Talk to you crazy right there in your face, so much so that you're looking like, it's the audacity for me. I can't believe you're talking to me like that. I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe you're doing that. Oh, yeah. When the answer is the answer going to be the answer. There's nothing that you can do that's going to be able to change that. He will make it hard for you. Have them hurt you over and over and over again until you have no other choice, understand, but to turn it loose. You cannot tell God what the assignment is. Your job is to follow the assignment. Understand, he's the one that's issuing it out. And as you continue on the spiritual journey, as you continue to align yourself, you're going to become so sensitive to everything that's happening in that moment. Understand that you're going to see it for exactly what it is. How you respond to it is going to be all up to you. Whether you respect it or not, it's going to be up to you. Whether you honor or choose it or not, that's going to be all up to you. Understand, we operate with a divine right of choice. You're going to always have those two paths that you can go. You're going to either go your way or you're going to go his way. One or the other. And I want you to understand that now. When you decide that you want to go your own way, you have to also be prepared for the consequences of you going your own way. It's like, yeah, I already showed you that wasn't good for you. If you decide to go over there and do it on your own, then when you go over there and get hurt for doing it on your own, don't blame me. Don't act like I told you to go do it, because that wasn't me. Understand, I told you that it wasn't for you to do. I told you that you wasn't ready for that. I told you that you were still premature. Now, if you went over there and you took that opportunity after I showed you that it was going to be a distraction, thank you, Iris Marie, after I showed you that wasn't really no opportunity, that was really a distraction, if you go over there and jump into that relationship prematurely, knowing that you just got out of something that turned you every which way but loose, and the only way you got out of that one is because of prayer, because of me saving my saving grace. I got you out of there barely. Understand that we had to tear it up to get you up out of there, and here you is then jump right back into something overnight, knowing that you still had healing to go through, a process that you needed to go through, a process that you needed to work all the way through. You still got some trust issues. You still got some that you needed to go through, a process that you needed to work all the way through. You still got some trust issues. You still got some brokenness. You still got some heartache. You still got some pain attached to that thing. Why in the world would you go over there and jump into something else expeditiously after I just got you out of this over here? Why in the world would you do that to yourself? You done went and done that to yourself, and now when it go belly up, you want to come over here and say, oh yeah, well, you know, God sent people in your life for a season. I didn't send them. That was you. I did. Come on. Yeah, sometimes we have to be real with that. I didn't send that. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was you acting out of you. You know what I mean? That was you. That wasn't me. I told you to be by yourself. And that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was you acting out of you. You know what I mean? That was you. That wasn't me. I told you to be by yourself. I told you to get somewhere and sit down. I told you to find a seat and plant it there. That's what I told you. But you wanted somebody on your phone, babes. You wanted somebody laid up in your bed, sweets. Okay, come on, Bookie Bud. You needed a boo-boo, a bun-bun. That was you. That didn't have nothing to do with me. I was trying to get your full, undivided attention. I needed you to lock in with me. But you were so obsessed with the emotions and the feelings and the warm body that you wanted what you wanted. Come on. I didn't tell you to do that. That's all on you. We have to respect the fact that when God says no, the answer is no. We have to respect that when God says this is not for you, that's not for you, that you have to respect that and move on with your life. When he reveals and removes certain things out of your life, you have to learn how to take that lick and keep on ticking. You have to learn to keep on going right on with life. I'm no longer allowing what God removes out of my life to be a distraction to me. I'm no longer going to allow the things that God removes up out of my life to be a distraction for me, or the people to be a distraction for me. the relationships to be a distraction to me. I'm no longer allowing that, because every time that we decide like that, move like that, we're picking somebody over him. Understand that he's like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that I came over there and I did all of that for you? I gave you all that saving grace, all that mercy, all of this. I didn't pick you up, dust you off. I didn't got you back in the game, made sure that I gave you more peace and all of this. And this how you do me? You done went over here and picked somebody over me again. Hello, somebody. You done did what? You didn't pick somebody over me yet again. Understand that. And the same thing that is, yeah, you're operating with that same mindset of the woman at the well. Let's just be real. Let's call a spade a spade. When you're operating like that, when you know that you're on a spiritual journey, when you know you're on a healing journey, when you know that you're on a self-love journey, and you're supposed to be utilizing this time to focus on yourself, then you owe it to yourself to focus on yourself. You owe it to yourself to separate yourself from any distractions. You owe it to yourself to honor the commitment that you made to yourself. You can't ask nobody to be committed to you when you're not even committed to yourself. You can't ask nobody to love you in a way that you don't even love yourself. You can't ask nobody to respect you in a way that you're not even willing to respect yourself. Understand me. These are things that people watch in you. They watch you to see how you treat you. They watch you every day, daily, to see how you respect you, how committed you are to the things that you say about you. When you say, oh, I'm going to fast, I'm going to read, I'm going to get up, I'm going to get involved and do this and the third. They sit and they watch. And the moment they take it off, I knew you wasn't going to do it. And as soon as y'all get into it, that's the first thing that they say. Oh, I knew you weren't going to do it. I knew you weren't going to be committed to it. I knew you was going to throw that in the towel. Girl, that's too much for you, honey. You can't fast like that, girl. Girl, you can't read like how them folk be reading. You ain't even the one to be doing all that prayer. They'll throw it right up in your face. Shame you right there where you stand. Hello? Somebody, what you say, coach? Shame you right there where you stand. And sometimes it'll be your own children. They'll look you dead in the face. Mama, I knew you wasn't going to make it, honey. You like steak too much. I already knew you wasn't going to make it because, honey, I know how you be doing this, that, and the third. Oh, yeah. They'll shame you right there where you stand, right there in your face. Why? Because that's God's way of letting you know that folks is watching. Whether they're responding or not, whether they bringing it out at that moment or not, they are always watching. You have people that are monitoring your life. We say monitoring your life in the spiritual realm, but in the world, what they call it, baby, you got spectators, you got haters, people that are sitting and watching over you. You have spirits that are monitoring you. I'm watching over you. I'm waiting on the opportunity to slide right in. I'm waiting on the opportunity to come in and disrupt your life, to stop your transformation. Waiting. I'm waiting. Come on now. Waiting. I'm waiting. You got 91 days. You have to get focused. You got 91 days. You have to be committed to the commitments. You have 91 days. You have to be intentional in every area of your life. Not just here, not just there, but when I say everywhere, I'm talking about all the way around. You have to build a hedge of protection, a spiritual hedge of protection around your life that you are not willing to give it up for anything. I ain't willing to turn this loose for nothing. I'm not about to let nobody get on my nerve. I'm not about to let nobody upset me. I'm not about to let nobody ruin my mood. I'm not about to let nobody destroy my peace. I am on my way to my transformation. I refuse to get entangled with anything or anybody that's going to pull me out of course, that's going to pull me out of alignment, that's going to distract me in any type of way, shape, or form. It just can't happen, because you have to understand that's exactly how folk act. They're waiting on that opportunity to get at you. They're waiting on that opportunity to destroy you, right? And you have to be careful as well, because now that you've done your 30 days and going into another 30 days, you have to get ready for the emergencies. Well, because now that you've done your 30 days and going into another 30 days, you have to get ready for the emergencies. Come on. What you say, coach? You got to get ready for the emergencies. Ain't it funny how every time, don't you do it, did you? Isn't it? Okay, well, listen, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? How soon as you start come on, Lily, hold on. Soon as you start working on yourself, then everybody all of a sudden needed you. Isn't it funny how when you was available for everybody, nobody called, nobody nobody texted. Nobody had anything to say. Nobody checked on you. Nobody reached out to you. No, nothing. Nobody said nothing. But the moment that you start working on yourself and your development, the moment that you really get locked in with life, the moment that you start doing exactly what you need to do and respecting and honoring and uplifting yourself, then all of a sudden everybody needs you. Like where y'all was when I was down bad. Where y'all was when I was sliding down the wall. Where y'all was when I was pacing the floor. Where was y'all when I was trying to figure out my life and trying to figure out what I had going on? I ain't heard nothing from nobody. Why is it the moment that I start fasting, I start praying, I start worshiping, I start locking in with myself, then all of a sudden I'm in high demand. All of a sudden, come on, somebody, let's just be real. Say ouch and send a badge. Say ouch and send some stars on Facebook. Say ouch and send a gift on TikTok. If you didn't experience the moment, now all of a sudden when you start working on yourself, they ain't got nothing to tell you until you start reading. They ain't got nothing to tell you until you get ready to get into prayer. All of a sudden, when you start working on yourself, they ain't got nothing to tell you until you start reading. They ain't got nothing to tell you until you get ready to get into prayer. They ain't nobody knocking on your door. Don't nobody need nothing from you until you start getting into that realm where you need to be into. Like, I'm about to start doing this and that. Now, all of a sudden, everybody need me. Now, all of a sudden, come on, we be... Yeah. That's everybody, right? That's everybody, right? Double tap on that screen. IG, let me get 5 badges from y'all over there. Let me get 5 badges. I see the ouches over there. It's an ouch. Let me get a badge to go with them ouches over there on IG real quick. Double tap on that screen. It's a fact. That's nothing but the enemy. And it's nothing but the enemy. It's like when I needed somebody, when I needed something, I didn't hear nothing from nobody. But all of a sudden, now that you see that I'm not calling, I'm not texting, I'm not interacting, I'm not bothering y'all, now all of a sudden here everybody come tiptoeing up in my face. Now everybody needs something, wants something from me. Oh, baby, the devil is a lie. Go back over there to them folks that you thought so highly of. Go do whatever it was that you was doing before. Understand that I'm not going to be your something to do when you ain't got nothing to do. I will not operate as a void filler in your life. You will not use and abuse me. You will not call me when you get bored. You will not reach out to me when you get bored. You will not tiptoe back into my life when those people didn't let you down. You can't spin the block for me and then all of a sudden think that I'm about to just be like all willy-nilly smiling and grinning all up in your face. Oh, baby, no. We're not even about to do that. Go on back over there with them folk that you thought so highly of. Heather, thank you for the go back over there with them folk. Hello, somebody. One thing that the enemy doesn't want is you to reach your level of transformation. He knows that the more that you stay your course, the more that you continue to work on yourself, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to what? You're going to reach that transformation. You're going to get to that fullest potential. You're going to start operating in peace. You're going to start all of a sudden saying things like we be saying all the time, baby, I'm in this world, but I'm not of it. I don't let things of this world upset me. I don't let things of this world frustrate me. You might want to go ahead and write that down. I don't let things in this world upset me. I don't let things in this world frustrate me or agitate me or annoy me in any kind of way. Why? Because that's dangerous. I don't let things of this world frustrate me, agitate me, or annoy me because I know that right there, that's dangerous. It is dangerous. Right? Come on, double tap on the screen, because once you get to a level where you start getting frustrated, agitated, and annoyed by this thing called life, then that's when you start getting to a position where you start operating out of desperation. And that's what we don't need you to do. Understand that you agree. Stop acting. Stop acting out of desperation. God is going to what? God going to always provide. Note number 3. That's a note right there for you. Stop acting out of desperation. That's exactly what folk want you to do. They want you to get desperate. Folk, yeah, they want you to do that. They want you to get desperate. So when you start acting out of desperation, then guess what? You'll fall for anything. A person that is desperate will settle for anything. A person that is desperate, oh yeah, they'll go for it because they operating in a panic. That's the reason why I told you your spiritual superpower is what? It's calmness. When you're operating with your spiritual superpower of calmness, then you're able to think clear. And when you're able to think clear, then you're able to strategize. And when you're able to strategize, then you're operating with a mindset that's going to create a solution that is what? That is favorable to you. It's going to be favorable to you. Though, yeah, that's what you got to do. But the enemy want to keep you at a place where you're operating out of desperation. I'm waiting on y'all. Double tap on the screen. Y'all at 84.5. Get us up to 100K. Double tap on that screen over there, TikTok. Hit that share button. Get us up to 100K. Stop acting out of desperation. I want you, yeah, go ahead. Put it in your notes. Stop acting out of desperation. Put it in your notes. Put it in your notes. What are you saying, Coach? Activate your superpower. What is my superpower? My superpower is calmness. When I am calm, I can think clearly. When I'm calm, I can think clearly. And when I can think clearly, I can strategize. And when I can strategize, I can create an outcome that is in my favor. I can create an outcome that is in my favor. Stop acting out of desperation, out of panic, out of annoyance. Understand that you don't have to operate that way. That's not for you. Understand that when you're in alignment with Christ, you ain't got to do all of that. You ain't got to worry. You ain't got to fret. You ain't got to pace the flow. You ain't got to soak in the bathtub for 17 hours. You ain't got to go lay out in the sun for 30. Understand that all you got to do is trust and believe that he's going to do exactly what he said that he was going to do. He said that he's a provider. I am trusting him to provide. He said that he will do, and I'm trusting him to do. He said that he's not on my time, but he's in his time, and his time is always going to be on time. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit right here. I'm practicing stillness. I'm practicing calmness. Understand that, because I'm trusting and believing him at his word. This right here, after I've done all that I could do in the natural, after I done exhausted every possibility, after I done went above and beyond, then guess what? That's above me. That's a God problem. That's not me. You go ahead and move how you see fit. You go ahead and do what you feel like you need to do. That's it. That's all. You cannot be out here acting out of desperation. If you act out of desperation, that is the same thing as acting out of. That's it. That's all. You cannot be out here acting out of desperation. If you act out of desperation, that is the same thing as acting out of your feelings. And guess what that's going to do? That's going to cost you. Stop. Stop it. Up here. No, I want to go right here. Control your appetite. Control your appetite. Control your appetite. It's going to be a note for today as well. Why you want to say that, Coach? Control your appetite. Because see, when you're desperate, you'll start drinking and you'll start eating from any and everybody. When you're thirsty, when you're hungry, you'll start drinking and you'll start eating from everybody. Anything that anybody say, anything that anybody post. Yeah, when you desperate, oh, that sound like that right there is for me. Oh, yeah. Understand that. Control your appetite. Control your appetite. When we say something about going on this fast, it's some folk that say, oh, well, I ain't never fasted like that. I ain't never did this. I ain't never did that before a day in their life. And they are scared about not being able to eat their favorite foods. They're like, oh, well, I don't know. I want you to understand something. You think bacon is more important than your relationship with Christ? You think a piece of steak is more important than your relationship with Christ? You willing to sell your soul for a plate of food? Think about it. That's a note. Every time that you say, I can't push back, I'm getting y'all ready for the 31-day fast. That's what this is about. Every day that you say, I can't push back. Every single day that you say, I can't not eat that. Every single day that you say, oh, wait a minute. And you come, oh, yeah. You're saying, I'm choosing that plate over my relationship with him. You mean to tell me that that's more important than your spiritual health? Control your appetite. Slide back. Push back, even if you at your hungriest. When you get hungry like that on this journey that we on for October, when you get hungry like that, get in that word, eat that word. Get over there and get in prayer. Get over there and get into worship. Understand me. Every single time you control your flesh don't control you. You control your flesh. Your flesh do not control you. Then I just come tag me in. Tag me in. What you say? I need for you to understand that in this moment in October, starting on this day, on October the 1st, you have just tagged in your spiritual man. You just tagged your spiritual man in. See, all September we was fasting from the meat. We were going through a physical detox, right? We was detoxing our bodies, our minds, our spirits, our soul. We went through the detox. We called that detox a conditioning stage, preparing us for what it was that we was about to do over here in this new month of October. So now that we're over here in October, yesterday you was like, tag me in, and this is what we tagged in. You tagged in your spiritual man. Understand that. You didn't tag them in now. It's like, you know what? It's your turn. It's your go. You got 91 days. Show me what you want to show me. You got 91 days to bring it forth. You got 91 days, do your big one. Understand that that's what you're doing right now. So now you have got to understand that you have to bring your flesh under submission. You got to tell your flesh, sit down. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're eating. That's not when we're getting up. Understand that, yeah, we getting up every single day and we getting into prayer. We getting up every single day and we getting into worship. We getting up every single day, and this is how we're going to be moving from this day forward. Because if you allow your flesh to lead your life, then those same cycles that you're complaining about is the same cycles that you're about to go back through all over again. That's a no for you right there. What you say, coach? If you allow your flesh to lead, then guess what? Be prepared to go through those same broken cycles. You're about to go back right through the same thing that you've been going through all this time. That's what you're about to go back through again. Hello, on repeat. That's it. That's all. You have got to control your flesh. You cannot allow your flesh to control you. That's how we got into the situations that we was in from the very beginning, acting out of our carnal mind, acting out of our flesh, satisfying the flesh, doing what the flesh wants. That's how we ended up in the situations that we're in. So now you have to bring that under submission and say, look, you're going to have to sit down. You're going to have to take a break for a while because you didn't got us in some. To bring that under submission and say, look, you're going to have to sit down. You're going to have to take a break for a while because you didn't got us in some stuff. Baby, I don't know what's going on. Wait a minute. I got to get caught. Yeah. I see where you at. Now let me get up here where I can get this thing here fixed. You cannot afford to act out of this desperation. You got to learn how to control your appetite. I need you to push back. Red ink pen outside of your note of control your appetite is going to be pushed back. Remind yourself on a regular basis. I got to push back. All month of October, I got to push back. Over here, stop acting out of desperation. You got a red ink pen note that says what? That God will provide. God gonna provide. He's gonna provide. And understand this right here. You can't be down bad. The reason why I started talking about, and understand this right here. You can't be down bad. The reason why I started talking about the people that you're around in the environment that you're dealing with, I started talking about that for a reason. Want me to tell you why? Because you have to know that there's some people that'll go outside their way. Understand that'll go outside their way to destroy you, that'll go outside their way to distract you, that'll go outside their way to, you know what I'm saying, interrupt your flow, to interrupt what you got going on. Understand that. And it's not the person, it's the spirits that person carry. On this morning, I gave a scripture. Ephesians 6, right? Ephesians 6, and it was 12 to 13. And it says, because I need for y'all to understand this in the month of October. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, right? The spiritual wickedness in high places, right? This is what we're wrestling against. So therefore, he said, you know what? In verse 13, he said, you have to put on the full armor. You have to be able to put on the full armor so that you will be able to withstand in the days of evil. What are the days of the evil? Baby, look around, look around. Understand that. Then look around, look around. Understand that this is not. So when I say we're fasting because I want to teach you how to bring your flesh under submission. I want to teach you how to control your body and not allow your body to control you. I want to show you that you can really do this thing if you want to. You don't have to eat that. You don't have to go there. You don't have to do this. No. You are in control. But the thing about it is we lack that self-control. And the only way that you guys are going to learn is if I put you through 30-minute, 30-day challenges the way that we're doing right now. Everything that I do is strategic. Yeah, it's strategic. How can I help you grow? How can I help you evolve? How can I help you really tap into yourself? How can I help you show? Can I help you really tap into yourself? How can I help you show that you have it already in you but haven't unlocked it? How can I show you the gifts and the talents that you got stored away on the inside? So what happens in these situations is this right here. You have to put it to the test. You have to put it to the test. Come on. You have to put it to the test every single time. You have to put it to the test. You got to put it to the test. Come on. You have to put it to the test every single time. You have to put it to the test every single time. If you want to win this thing, right? If you want to win this, you have to start seeing people for who they are. You have to start seeing people for who they are. I'm not wrestling against you. I'm wrestling against that thing that's in the inside of you. Your spirit and my spirit is at odds, even with each other. What you want to do, I know that ain't good for me. So I'm about to get on your face. And I want you to understand that that's important. Why? Because it'll be some people in your life. Good morning, Cook. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, I want you to know that there's some folk that you just can't be down around. Hello, somebody, what you say, Coach? You can't be down around everybody. Understand that. You can't be going through something with everybody. So in this month of October, close your mouth. That's a note for you. You cannot be down around everybody. Red ink pen, close your mouth. It's some people that are waiting on you to start complaining. It's some people that's going to be waiting on you to start, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they're waiting on you to complain. They're bad. They waiting on you to talk about how tired you are, how frustrated you are, how upset you are. On you to complain, they down bad. They wait on you to talk about how tired you are, how frustrated you are, how upset you are, how life is doing its number on you, how life is just this and life is just, oh yeah, life is really life. You can't be down around everybody. Red ink pen is what? Close your mouth. Close your mouth. You talking too much. Close your mouth. You saying too much around the wrong folk. You don't even know. They've been waiting on you to say that. They've been waiting. Oh yeah, you got some spirits that's been waiting on you to put that in the atmosphere just so that just so that they can go to work on you. You have some folk that's around you that's been waiting to know that you was down bad. Learn how to be quiet. Learn how to, what God told, what you call it, says zip it up. Jeremiah, zip it up. Say not that you're too young. Zip it up. You have to learn how to be quiet. What did he tell Gideon? He said, Gideon, wait a minute. What are you talking about? You're the weakest in the tribe. You're a mighty soldier. Watch what you're saying about yourself. Watch what you're speaking over your life. You're saying things about you that are not true. And a lot of times you have counted yourself out. You're speaking over your life. You're saying things about you that are not true. And a lot of times you have counted yourself out. You've said that you're not able, you're not capable, and that's not true. You said you wasn't going to get through it, and that's not true. You said that you was not a survivor, and that there's no way you were going to be able to make it out of this, and guess what? That's not true. And Coach, how you going to say that's not true? Because you're right here, right now. A lot of us that's on this live right now, and we were in places in our life at one point or another that we didn't see a way out. We didn't think that we were going to come out of it. We didn't think that we were going to survive it. We were hurt to the point where we were hurt to our core. My heart is hurting. Understand that my soul is broken. Understand that I am down bad right now. I don't even want to comb my hair. I don't want to get out of the bed. I don't even want to move. I'm embarrassed and I'm ashamed. Not just with everybody else, but embarrassed and ashamed of myself. I don't even want to look at me in the mirror, because when I look at me, I don't even know who I am. Let's just be real. And we did not see a way out. Our heart was so broken. It was so shattered in so many different pieces. We didn't know if we were coming or going. Let's be real. Yeah. Come on. I'm just waiting on y'all to double tap on the screen, because let's be real. Let's be real. Like, yeah. Dang, Coach, wait a second. That was me 2 years ago. That was me 3 years ago. That was me a couple of months ago. I couldn't even talk about my life without having a face full of tears. I couldn't even, yeah, man. If somebody was to ask me how I was doing, I would fall. I would melt right there. If they was to ask me if I was okay, that would be my cue to go ahead and bawl out. Bawl out, eyes swollen. Understand, folks on my job ain't even know that I was on a job with a wing and a prayer. I was down bad. I was broken. I was damaged. I had no idea that this year that I'll be right here walking and worshiping, that I'll be right here fasting and praying, that I'll be right here in a support group, evolving, studying, fasting and praying, that I'll be right here in a support group, evolving, studying, learning the word, starting a new business, a new brand, stepping out on faith. Understand that walking away from a job that I had been on for 5, 6, 7, 10 years, been over there on that job all that time. I just knew I was going to retire from it. Had no idea that I was created to be a boss. I had no idea that I was bigger than the assignment. Had no that the assignment that I had put out for myself. And make it from that heartbreak. Thought that the relationship was going to end me. I was at the bottom of the bottom. Do you not understand me? I didn't know how I was going to get out of that. And then somehow or another, I done found myself right here. I got myself again. I got my energy up. I got my confidence up. I got my self-esteem up. I'm knowing that I'm worthy now, that I'm deserving now, that I'm a conqueror now, that I'm more than enough now. Now now I'm showing up like I ain't never shown up before. I would have never known that I'm more than enough now. Now I'm showing up like I ain't never shown up before. I would have never known. You got it in you and didn't even know it. But you can't be down around everybody, because there's some folk that's waiting on you to be down. Genesis 25:29 through 34. Put it in your notes. Genesis 25:29 through 34. I want to tell you why you can't be down around everybody. Can I go outside a little bit? Can I go outside a little bit? Yeah, y'all want to go out the door? Y'all want to go out the door a little bit? Because I want to go outside. You cannot afford, come on, write it in your nose. You cannot afford to be down. Yeah, I want to go out the door a little bit because I want to go outside. You cannot afford, come on, write it in your nose. You cannot afford to be down around everybody. Understand that some folks are waiting for you to be down. Some folks are waiting for you to be out. Some folks are waiting for you to be sad and depressed. Some folks are waiting for that. Genesis 25, we're going to do 29 through 34. Okay, double tap on the screen because that's where I'm going to be coming from. Y'all know I take the Bible and I put it into 2024 so that you can understand it. It is the street poet version. So I want to say, are y'all ready? Friends say, please tell me why. You cannot, you can't. And this is going to be the reason why. Y'all double tap on my screen where y'all at. Y'all are at 120K. Double tap on that screen. The goal is 200K. Let me get, 57 stars, and we're going to reach our goal on Facebook already. Double tap on my screen, IG. If it's tight but it's right and you ready to find out why, let me get some love over there on IG. Let me get a couple badges on IG. Can I say this real quick? Number one, we're going to talk about Esau and Jacob. You can't be down around everybody. Can't be down around everybody. Well, what happened with Esau and Jacob, Coach? Okay, well, since you asked, let me tell you. So here go Esau. Esau been out in the field. Been out in the field. He been out there doing what he doing. Look at Lily say, oh, baby, we about to go outside with it. And you know this. It's a reason for why I say what I say all the time. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Felicia. So, yeah, we're going to talk about Esau, and we're going to talk about Jacob. Look at Heather Smith. Heather say, come on, Coach. Listen. Yeah. So now here go Esau. Esau done been out there working. Esau been in them fields. Esau been out there going out there doing what he needed to do, right? So when he's coming back in from the field, he's famine, right? He's fatigued. Esau is over there and he's down bad. He like, man, I'm so hungry. I'm so weary right now. He walk in, and when he walks in, then all of a sudden he smells the scent of food, right? He smells the scent of food. He's like, oh man, somebody cooking something so I can eat and I can go ahead and get me, get my strength up. I can go over there and I can do what I need to do. So he goes in, and when he goes in there, he notices that Jacob is in there cooking up a stew. He got a stew. It's called a red stew. Jacob is in there cooking up the stew, and it's smelling all good. He can smell the aroma of the stew all over the place. Remember, what did Coach say? Coach said, control your appetite. I don't care how good something smells. It can look good, but won't be good for you. It can smell good, but won't be good for you. Understand, look very appetizing, but it won't be good for you. Thank you so much, John, for the Cash App. What I said just because it looked good don't mean that it's good. And I need for you to put that in your notes, because this is October the 1st, and I need you all the way locked in. This is October the 1st, and I need you all the way on board. I need you to do what? I said, what did I tell you? Control your appetite, push back. Control your appetite, push back. Just because it look good does not mean that it is good for you. Understand that, right? It ain't good for you, baby. So now he gets in there and he's talking to Jacob, right? And keep in mind now, let me just go back a little bit. Esau has a birthright that's on him, right? He has some stuff, and he has some stuff. It ain't like he poured nothing like that. He has a birthright. He has some stuff that belongs to him, right? His daddy then gave him things, right? So he has this on him. And Jacob being the individual that he is, he won't sit in my chat. Just put in my chat, they want it. They want it. Baby, they want your birthright. They want them gifts, some talents that's all on you. They want that good energy, that good spirit that you carry. They want your joy. They want your peace. They want your sanity. Oh Lord, they said, well, you jealous of me. You ain't got nothing you ain't got nothing that I'm jealous of. You ain't got nothing that I want. Oh baby, you want my energy. What they want from you ain't always materialistic. Let's not be confused with it. And I know that's spiritually messy, but it's still right. Understand that. Yeah, you ain't got nothing I want. What I'm gonna be jealous of you about? You ain't got this and you ain't got that. I got that good energy. I got that great vibration. I got that joy. I got that peace on the inside. You wish you could be at peace like me. You wish you could have this joy like me. You wish you can have a sound mind like me. Understand that some folk don't be mad at you over the materialistic stuff. Some folk be upset with you because you got peace in the middle of a storm, because you got joy, because you understand that you got joy deep down in your heart, that no matter what's going on in your life, you're not interrupted by it. You're not frustrated. You're not agitated by it. And they don't understand how in the world are you walking around with such great energy with all this stuff going on in your life. Your whole life is falling apart and you still got peace. Your whole life is falling apart and you still got joy. You over there just got dumped. They broke up with you. They divorced you. They walked out on you. You just found out they a liar and a cheat and a manipulator, and here you is still going to work every day. Here you is still walking around high confidence and all that. Wait a minute. You want to see me down bad, don't you? You want to see me down bad, real bad, don't you? No. Whatever people behave, whatever it is that people do, they're responsible for their own behavior. Understand that. I don't take on responsibility for what other folks do. I'm not going to be down bad because you decided that you wanted to ruin a relationship, a friendship, a marriage or whatever. Baby, how you behave, what you do, is not my responsibility. Understand that, because you can be a completely good person to a person, right? You could be good to them. You could give them everything that they say that they want. And guess what? They'll still go out and do exactly what it is that they want to do. So no, I don't sit and soak and try to find fault in myself based on what somebody else done. They done what they chose to do, and now they have to miss out on me. They done what they wanted to do, how they choose to do. That's what they did, and they fumbled the bag. Understand that. Now I go on about my business. I'm not seeking vengeance. I'm not getting down on their level. I'm not trying to exchange that in no type of way, shape, or form. Understand? Because he said, vengeance is mine. I go about my day with a smile because I know that I'm a genuinely good person. I go about my day with high energy. Why? Because I know I did everything that I was supposed to do up in that relationship. Hello, somebody. And when you've been real, when you've been solid, what did Coach tell you? You let chips fall. You let bridges burn. You let folk do whatever it is that they want to do, and you bow out what? Gracefully. Hello, somebody. That's it. That's all. Both shoes on, one arm, and a jacket. I'm right up out your life that quick, expeditiously, the fast way only. Understanding you keep right on moving. That's how you have to operate. But here go Esau. Esau got stuff that's attached to him, blessings that's attached to him that he was given right from his father. It was passed down. Jacob is a trickster. Jacob is a person that knew that Esau had this. He saw Esau when he came in. He saw that Esau was famished. He saw that Esau was weary. He saw that Esau was tired. He saw that Esau was hungry, and all he needed was a little bit of that soup to give him the energy that he needed to pick himself back up. But instead of Jacob giving him the soup willingly because he saw somebody at need, what did he do? He said, give me your birthright. There's a difference between sellers and servers. Sellers and servers. Pay attention. Where you going, Coach? I'm going down here. This is why you can't eat. You got to control your appetite, because people will exploit your pain. Control your appetite. People will exploit your pain. Note number 4, people will exploit your pain. People will exploit your pain. She said, hey now. Oh, yeah. There's a difference between sellers and servers. You cannot, note number 1, be down around everybody. Hello, Jacob. And some folk got some Jacobs in their life. They know exactly what it is that you're going through. They know that you are down bad. They know that you are hurt right now in life. And guess what? They will exploit your pain. They will take your trauma and they will mark it off of your trauma. They'll mark it up off of whatever it is that you're going through in your life. And that's the a reason why. You got to know what cups to drink from and what cups to push back. You got to know what cups to drink from, what place to eat from, and what place to push back. Y'all see the note. The note number 2 is what control your appetite. Just because it looked good doesn't mean that it's good for you. Now, he could have easily gave him some of the stew. That's what he could have done. But Jacob was operating as a seller. He's like, yo, wait a minute. I want to know, what can I get out of this? Understand, I know you're down bad. I know you're going through something. But at the same time, how is this going to be beneficial to me? How am I going to gain something from giving you my soup? Hold up. You got a birthright attached to you. Give me that birthright. And then guess what? If you give me that birthright, then I'll give you a little bit of the soup. When coach tell you, hey, we going on a 31-day fast, and you say, oh, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could do that. Then you're saying, that plate, that bowl of soup, here go my birthright. I'll take the bowl of soup. You're giving up your birthright for a bowl of soup. You're stepping away from your promise for a bowl of soup. You're stepping away from your milk and honey to enjoy a bowl of soup. Pay attention. When you committed, be committed. When you locked in, be locked in. When you say, this is what I'm going to do, do exactly what you committed yourself to doing. It's important. Jacob looked at him. And he said to him, you see me? Don't you see that I'm weary? Don't you see that I'm about to become unalived? What'd you say? He said, don't you see that I'm weary? Write it in your notes. Don't you see that I'm about to become unalive? Now, stop acting out of desperation. Stop acting out of desperation. Agitation, frustration. But let's stop exaggerating as well. Because Esau was definitely exaggerating. Come on now. You hungry, but you ain't about to go. Right? You're hungry, but yeah, come on now. It ain't like you ain't got nothing. That's just the first thing that you got to. Right? You smelt the scent of that, but let's not forget you got a whole birthright. So it ain't like you're broke. It ain't like you can't push forward a little bit further and go get what you need, because it's you had what he wanted. Understand that. So it ain't like you couldn't have sacrificed the time to get to where you needed to get to and to have all the food that you really needed. Understand that. But the thing was, he got to that first thing, and he got to that first thing, and when he got to that first thing, he operated out of that desperation, right? Because he wasn't about to be unalive. He was exaggerating. And that's us. Hello, somebody, what you say, coach? That's us. What are you saying? I'm saying we suffer more in our head than we do in our real life. How many times have I told you we create the worst case scenarios inside of our minds? We create the worst case scenarios inside of our mind. We exaggerate the outcome of things. And once we get wrapped up in our emotions, wrapped up in our feelings, we like, oh yeah, this gonna be the end. There's no way, this, that, and the third. And God's sitting there looking at us like, you know what? Can you please stop? Can you please stop acting like you on Broadway? You a whole actor right now. Because what you're talking about, that ain't even finna be how this gonna play out. That ain't even finna be how this is gonna happen. You are over exaggerating. You're over exaggerating. That's not what's finna happen. Yes, you are hungry. Yes, you have been working. Yes, you are famished a little bit. But guess what? You have things. You have a whole birthright. You got stuff. If you can sacrifice a little bit longer, if you can push forward a little bit longer, then you're gonna get over there and you're gonna get exactly what it is that you want. You're gonna get it. All you gotta do is hold on. But some of us don't want to hold on. Some of us don't want to struggle. Some of us don't want to be disciplined. Some of us don't want to be obedient. Some of us don't want to follow all the way through. And then we get mad that we don't win. We get mad when we don't get the results that we could have gotten. But it's because of you. It's because of you. It's because of your own disobedience. It's because of your lack of effort with yourself. It's because of you not showing up, not being committed, not being intentional in your own life. You're not going to win it if you're not in it. If you want to play the game, you have to get into the game in order for you to play it. You want something from life without putting nothing into life. What did I tell y'all? I told you it's like you want to go out there and you want to water mud. You ain't planting no seeds. And you're wondering why you ain't got nothing but puddles of mud. Nothing is growing up out of it. You put nothing in the ground. You ain't plant nothing. So ain't nothing gonna come up out of that. Understand, you ain't got nothing but mud puddles all up and through your life until you start planting some seeds. Let's be real. You will never get something for nothing. That's not how it works. You're going to have to push back. Esau acted out of desperation. He acted out of desperation, and he gave up his birthright for a bowl of stew. He gave up everything that he was promised from his father for a bowl of soup. He fumbled the favor. People will exploit you. People will exploit your pain. Number 5, for their personal gain. People will exploit your pain for their personal gain. They'll red ink pen note, see you down, and take advantage of it. They'll see you down bad, and they'll take advantage of the fact that you're down bad. People will exploit you through your pain, through your trauma. They'll see you down bad and know all of that. And then guess what they'll do? They'll take advantage of all of that. Oh, yeah, they ain't strong enough to fight right now. They ain't strong enough to do this and that. Yeah. Those are the people that we're surrounded by every single day. They'll know that you're going through something in life, and they'll still ask you for something. They'll know that your life is about every single day. They'll know that you're going through something in life, and they'll still ask you for something. They'll know that your life is about to be cut off too, and they'll still, because they know that you got a good heart. That's what y'all be saying. Oh, because I got a good heart. They'll know that you're a soft individual. They'll know that you're operating with no boundaries. They know that you don't know how to say no to folk. And guess what? They'll know that you're going through the same exact thing that they're going through, and they'll still show up at your door with a handout because they know these things about you. They'll know that you're going through something, and they'll still show up wanting something from you. People will exploit your pain. They will twist and turn things through something, and they'll still show up wanting something from you. People will exploit your pain. They will twist and turn things that you're going through for their own personal gain. How can I come up off of you? How can I get rich off of your hurt? How can I get rich off of your trauma? How can I get rich off of you being down bad, for you being at your lowest state? Understand, this is what people will do, and this is why it's extremely important for you to know when to push back. When you to say, that's not for me. Yep, that's not for me. You're not for me. Understand that, because people that want to see you, they're going to encourage your growth. They're going to encourage your healing and your development, even if that means they lose you as a client. Understand that, even if it means that you no longer need them anymore. They want to know, they want to give you what's best for you. That's a server. A server understands that God is their resource, not people. They understand this, that their supply would never run out. You have to know the difference. In this situation, he was acting out of desperation. You cannot afford to do that. Don't act out of desperation, frustration, or aggravation, because that's exactly what the enemy wants to do. Because when you do that, you're going to fumble your favor. You're going to fumble your milk and your honey. Understand that you're going to fumble the promise that God has for you. You're going to fumble it. Why? Because you aggravated, because you annoyed. Just have it. I don't even care. Because that's exactly what Esau did. Just have it. I don't even care. What you say? Pay attention. Because that's exactly what Esau did. Just have it. I don't even care. What you say? Pay attention to how I said it. Is that not us? Esau was in there. He was hungry. He was frustrated, agitated, and annoyed. He asked Jacob for it. Jacob said, give me your birthright as of this day. He looked at him again. Jacob said, give me your birthright as of this day. He looked at him again and he said, don't you see the state that I'm in? Don't you see what I'm going through? How is it that you're asking me for something when you see what I'm going through? I'm almost all the way up out of here. You don't have it in your heart to give me a bowl of soup, knowing that I'm going through something? You don't have it in your heart to pour me a bowl of soup when you see that I'm at my last, I'm at my lowest, and you still gonna do me like that? I'm at my lowest, and you still gonna do me like that? I'm at between jobs, and you still gonna have this type of expectation for me? You know I'm down bad, my car ain't working, and you still gonna treat me like this? You can't give me a ride to the job? I ain't even asked for a ride to the club. You can't give me a ride to the job? You know I'm going through a bad time right now. You mean to tell me you can't even give me a little grocery for the house? You mean to tell me that it's a problem that I asked you for a small favor when you see with your own eyes eyes, with your natural eyes, what it is that I'm going through, you still want to do me like that? Folk will see you at your lowest state. And yes, ma'am, yes, sir, they will be a Jacob right there in your life, and they will do you just like that. They will take advantage of the fact that you down bad. They'll take advantage of the fact that you're not in your bed. The transportation, you don't have what they have in that moment. All I want to know is what I'm going to get out of it. If I help you, what I'm going to get out of it. If I do it for you, what am I going to get? All I want to know is what I'm going to get out of it. If I help you, what I'm going to get out of it. If I do it for you, what am I going to get out of it? You have Jacobs right now in your own life, and you didn't even know it. You didn't even know it. You wasn't even aware of it. I only want to get from what is it going to benefit me? What can I gain? My personal gain. How is me helping you going to help me? It's the only thing that a lot of folk is concerned about that's in your life. How is me helping you going to help me? It's the only thing that a lot of folk is concerned about that's in your life right now. And guess what happened? Because he was in the state that he was in, he gave it to him. He threw away his birthright for a bowl of soup. And that's what we do when we get frustrated, agitated, and annoyed. And that's the reason why I'm telling you right now, you can't afford it. When you operate with that mindset, as you go on down that last verse, it's going to say, he despised his birthright. He despised his birthright. Coach, why you said it like that? When you start operating outside of the will, satisfying your flesh, and start looking at certain things in your life where God have blessed you, where God has set you up and gave you all these things and made sure you were straight for the rest of your life, when you start operating, satisfying yourself, then guess what happens? You start looking at your blessing like a curse. Oh, wait a second, because that'll teach. Wait. When you start operating out of yourself and doing stuff that you want to do, thank you so much, Shay. You start looking at your blessing like a curse. You start saying that as long as I ain't had no money, I ain't have no problems. But the more that money that I got, the more problems that I now have. So you start despising the fact that you got money. You start becoming successful in your life. You just start your business and your brand. Now everybody reaching out to you. Everybody getting on your nerve. They want you to give them this and give them that. They want you to come and do this for free, do this for them. Well, you should do it for me because of this. So now you're looking at your business and your brand and you saying, I wish I could hide this. I wish I would have went somewhere and did this, because I tell you, everybody wants something from me. Everybody begging me. Everybody hand out over here to me. So you start looking at your blessing like it's a curse. Understand that. That's how it is. And then you start to grow and evolve in life, and all the open doors, all the opportunities that you have, all of a sudden you're like, man, the family that I have, I don't have anymore. The friends that I have, I don't have anymore. The people that was around me when I was started, it ain't even like that no more. Understand that. They all then walked away. They all swears I was trying to be bougie. I thought I was better than them. I outgrew them, and they didn't want this and they didn't want that, and now they feel a certain type of way about me. All these different things. Yeah, that's why they say the top is so lonely, right? That's the reason why they say the top is so lonely. Because some folk ain't gonna be able to handle. Some folk ain't gonna be able to handle your growth. They won't be able to handle your development. They won't be able to handle your healing. They won't be able to handle the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that you're having. Some folk just don't want you to have. They want that. They want that up off of you. That was Jacob. Jacob was like, oh, well, I want that up off of you. You want my soup. You want to give me everything that's attached to you. That's a big price to pay. I cannot afford it. That's a big price to pay. I can afford that. As you're continuing on your spiritual journey, your growth journey, as you're moving forward in life, I want you to know that you can't afford that. Get in alignment and stay there. Do what you're supposed to do so that you can grow, so that you can evolve in life the way that you need to. Stop making excuses. Start making results. Get in alignment. Push through. He'll never know where else he could have gotten to that could have got a free plate and still had his birthright. Stop getting caught up and jumping on the first thing that you see. Stop eating up off of everybody's plate, following after everybody, because there are some people that will exploit your pain, exploit your trauma. They will market up off of that. They'll see you down bad and they'll go outside of their way to keep you down bad in a state where you are serving them, a state where you're needing them, a state where you're always hand to mouth with them. They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you evolve. They don't want to see you heal and develop and living and breathing on your own. Why? Because if they do that, then they no longer have your service. Friends say the nerve, yeah, but it's a fact. But it's a fact. As you continue on this and going into October, 31 days, intermittent, nothing before 12, nothing after 8. Nothing before 12, nothing after 8. Lock all the way in. Push back. This right here, everything that you're doing in your life, this right here, this is for you. This is for you. You owe this to yourself. You owe this to yourself. This journey right here, you owe this to yourself. Stop selling yourself short. Put it in your notes. What you say, Coach? Stop selling yourself short. Says, oh my God, use her, Lord. Stop selling yourself short. Stop selling yourself short. Come off the clearance rack. Come off that discounted rack. You're worth more than a bowl of soup. You're worth more than a bowl of soup. And can I go a little bit deeper because I got a second? Double tap on my screen. Get us up to 200K. Y'all are at 167.4K. We need 200K. Stop selling yourself short. But not just stop selling yourself short, right? Stop willingly giving up your gifts, your talents, your promise to the enemy. Stop giving up your gifts, your talents, the promise that was placed on you from God to the enemy. Stop sitting on them. Stop. Yeah, there you go, Lily. Stop. Yeah, come on, think about it. Why are you sitting? Why are we on this live right now? Think about it. Dang. I sold my soul. I gave up my gift. I separated myself from my own birthright. I know I can be further than where I am. I know that I can do more than what I'm doing. I know that I can accomplish more than what I've accomplished. I know I got right here and I sat down. I gave myself permission to take a break and I never got back into it. I know that I'm responsible for this level that I'm on right now. I got to this level and I got complacent, Coach. I got to this level and I started procrastinating, Coach. I got to this level and I got distracted, Coach. I got me a boo-boo. I got me a bun-bun. Understand that? And I didn't start, living my best life over there. And and I see, I feel, that's me. That's me right there. I got over there and I sat down. I got over there and I took a break. I got over there. I could be so much further ahead in my spiritual journey. I could have way more than what I have right now if I would actually get up and stop making all these excuses. If I can just get up and stop making all these reasons, if I can get back focused the way that I need to, then I can have so much done in my life. The truth be told is that I gave my birthright up. Understand that for the sex. I gave my birthright up because they had the materialistic things that I wanted. I gave my birthright up for the warm body to hold me at night. I gave my birthright up because I wanted somebody to text my phone, but my phone was so dry. I just wanted to text somebody. I just needed somebody to skin and grin with. I just needed somebody to hang out with. Understand that? So I gave up my birthright for it. I know that they don't love me, but it keeps my attention off of me being by myself. I know that they don't really want me like that, but it's good for a pastime. I know that it ain't really good for me, but I'm just doing it for right now. And then eventually, I'm going to turn it loose. But what if it never get turned loose? What if you don't have the opportunity to turn it loose? Because he says, you don't know the day or the hour. You don't know when I'm going to come back. You don't know when I'm going to do what I'm going to do. You don't know when I'm going to stop breathing breath into your body. You don't know when I'm going to pull the plug on things. You don't know when I'm going to say, hey, it's time for you. It's your time. You don't never know when. Understand? You don't never know when. You don't never know the day or the hour, young, old, middle age, you don't know. So why is it that you're so easily throwing your birthright around? Why is it so easily you're playing with yourself the way that you're playing with yourself, as if you don't know what I attached to you? You got greatness all over you. You have gifts, you have talents that you don't even utilize. Understand that I didn't bless you, I didn't overbless you, I didn't endow you, I didn't rained all over you. And you mean to tell me that everything that I've been blessing you with, you gonna go out there and get attached to somebody that's not even deserving of it, that don't even not even invested like how you invested, somebody that don't even love you like how you love them? And you mean to tell me you're gonna take all of my blessings and you're gonna take it over there to somebody and then get mad? Now wait a minute, you understood what I just said, right? Every move that you made was based on your own decision making. You decided to be in that relationship. You decided to deal with that individual. I made you aware of the fact that y'all was unequally yoked. I made you aware of the fact that that relationship wasn't beneficial to you. I paid all the red flags. I put out the flags. I put the yellow flags, the orange flags. I told you to stop, to slow down, all of that. And you still decided to go over there and do it anyway. I exposed that individual's truth to you, and you took all of my blessings over there with that individual, and you fumbled my favor. Hold up. Come on, put it in the notes. You fumbled my favor for your own selfish gain. You treated me like you treated me like Jacob. You took care. You treated me like Esau. That's what you done. You did the same thing to me that Esau did to his daddy. You treated me with the same level of disrespect that Esau treated his daddy. Esau's dad gave him all them blessings. He rained down on him, made sure that he was forever straight. And guess what he done? He went over there and fumbled his favor for a bowl of soup. And God is saying, I did the same thing with you. I done gave it to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Understand that beyond your dreams, beyond your imagination, I done opened the doors, created opportunity. I picked you up from your lowest. I put you back on your feet. I gave you your confidence back. I gave you your self-esteem back. Understand that I got you back into position. I made you forget how bad that pain had felt. Now you can get up every single day and you can push forward with a smile on your face. And you mean to tell me you done went over there and got connected to another distraction or reconnected with the distraction, and you done fumbled my favor? You done went over there and fumbled my favor. And we say fumbled your favor because you went over there and you got connected with somebody that caused you to lose everything that I gave to you, everything that I had poured into you, all the work that I had just done on you, everything, yeah. And you done found yourself right back over there in that same cycle. What did I say? As long as you're operating, satisfying your flesh, you're going to repeat those same toxic cycles. Different faces, same cycles. Different faces, same cycles. As long as you're operating in your carnal mind, your fleshly mind, you're going to do what? You're going to repeat those same exact cycles. And here I am. You done took you out that state, got you back up, got you working the way you need to be working, got the doors open, got the opportunities flowing for you, got everything that you want and need. And you done went over there because you were satisfying your flesh, operating in your flesh, and connected yourself to somebody that's not even on your level, connected yourself to somebody that is a user, that is an abuser, that's wanted to take advantage of you, that wanted to exploit your pain, wanted to exploit your trauma, wanted to keep you down bad. And you done went over there and you done got connected to that individual. And guess what that individual is going to do? Wanted to keep you down bad, and you done went over there and you done got connected to that individual. And guess what that individual is going to do? That individual is going to use and abuse you for their own gain. They about to come up off of you through your pain. They got to come up off of your trauma. They about to come up off of your heartache. They about to come up and grow and evolve and live their very best life while you still down bad, while you still got low self-esteem, like while you still don't know if you coming or going. They living their best life, smiling and grinning. You see every tooth up in their head. Why? Because they're prospering up off of you. They're surviving up off of you. Understand, they're coming up off of your back. You done went over there and you done fumbled your favor. Because you wanted them in your life so bad. You wanted to be connected so bad. And when they get finished draining you, when they get finished them in your life so bad, you wanted to be connected so bad. And when they get finished draining you, when they get finished walking you like a dog, when they get finished taking you for every single thing that you got, they will throw you out like trash. That's the reality of it. I'm drinking my water. Y'all need to get to 200K. Y'all at 191. It's tight, but it's right. It might hurt your feelings, but it'll correct your vision. You will come in there Let me give you an example. Y'all understand Esau and Jacob, right? That's what happened with Esau and Jacob. Esau came in hungry. Jacob had the stew. Esau wanted some of the stew. He got to acting out of his feelings, out of his emotions. Esau came in hungry. Jacob had the stew. Esau wanted some of the stew. He got to acting out of his feelings, out of his emotions. All that over exaggerating about what was going to happen to him, and he started acting out of panic, out of desperation. So he sold his birthright, his favor, everything that his father had blessed him with. He gave it up for a bowl of soup. And that's the reason why it's so important that you guys do not operate out of your emotions. And I tell you guys that all the time. When you operate out of your emotions, it is going to cost you every single time. Every time that you operate out of your emotions, it's going to cost you every single time. Esau had things. He was not broke. He was not going through no hard time in his life. He just was coming out of the field from working, and he was hungry. He could have sacrificed. He could have pushed himself even further to where he could have got what he needed, but he got to his first stop because he smelled the smell. And everything that looked good does not mean that it is good for you. Just because it looks good does not mean that it is good. Understand that just because it look good does not mean that it is good. And you have to know when to push back. You got to know when to say no. Understand that that's just the reality of the situation. In relationships, when I say that they didn't rob you of everything that was yours, then they wore you completely out and then sucked you completely dry, there's nothing left in you. I want you to understand that it happens today, even in real world. Come on now, even in real world, right? You will get into a relationship and you at your best self when you go into that relationship. You got your own finances, you got your own transportation, you got everything that you want and need. You happy, joy. You got a glow like none other. You got that weight on you. You slim thick. Understand that you slim thick or slender thick, whatever you want to call it. You in your best. You living your best life. You in your best mood. Understand that when you met that individual, you was doing your thing, right? You was living life, laughing, enjoying, going out to brunch, doing all of that. And then you get into that relationship. And once you got into that relationship with that user and abuser, all of a sudden that weight started falling off of you because you're stressed out, because you're depressed, don't know if you're coming or going. Then all of a sudden your skin breaking out. You're walking around looking like a 13-year-old boy going through puberty. You're dealing with somebody that's hot and they cold, and they only good as long as you give into them, bending over backwards for them, dragging yourself across cold for them. As long as you making sacrifices for them, they happy, joy. But if you ever say no, then it's going to become a problem. Understand that if you ever say no, then it's going to become an issue. So you spend all of the time, everything that God done blessed you with, all that joy that you had, all that peace that you had, coming and going and living your best life, you've been connected to them. And slowly, day by day, second by second, hour by hour, they draining it up out you. And then by the time when they done took you for every single thing that you got, and that's not just in a relationship, that's a friendship and a family ship as well. I'm just making it clear to you because some people might walk around from here acting like the thing that you got. And that's not just in a relationship, that's a friendship and a family ship as well. I'm just making it clear to you because some people might walk around from here acting like they didn't know. So yep, I'm gonna go all the way outside with it because I want to make sure that they know. Tunnel vision, because that's you. Okay, lock in. So now here you is, came into the relationship as your best self, living your best life, shine you. Okay, lock in. So now here you is, came into the relationship as your best self, living your best life, shining, yeah, right. All of this winning. Oh yeah, you got your Beyonce on at this point. All of this winning. That's what you're doing. Now you with them, stressed out, dealing with somebody that's an emotional wreck. Every time I turn around, you giving, doing. Sacrifice after sacrifice, then said no to opportunities, then walked away from relationships and friendships with people that loved you beyond your understanding, that have been with you and only wanted the best for you. You didn't cut them off. Why? Because they didn't like them. They had an issue with them. And they got you to a place where it's just you and them. They your only friend. They the only person that you talk to, the only person that you hang out with. Your whole entire life is centered around that individual. They have separated you from your birthright. They've separated you from your promise. They've separated you from everything that was good in your life. Come on. And then by the time that you realize that you've been that separated, by the time that you realize that you done lost it all, by the time that you get to that place where you don't know nothing, it's because at that moment they have left you right there. They left you right there where you stand. You're not good enough anymore. You don't look like the person that I fell in love with. You don't look like, you don't You were so vibrant. You were so live. You were so this and you were so that. But because they've been in a relationship with you that long, you don't even look the same to them anymore. They've drained you dry. Understand there's nothing else left. They didn't walk you like 4 dogs. Understand not only do they walk you like a dog, they talk to you like you're one too. Hello, somebody. Understand that you have absolutely nothing left to give. You are at your lowest. You are down to your last breath. That's it. That's all you got left in you. You're like, what else do you want from me? I don't have anything else to give. I don't have nothing else to sacrifice. And by that time, they've already put you inside the bag and they then threw you over their shoulder and they walking out to the dumpster and they throw you out like yesterday's trash. You fumbled your favor because you was operating out of your flesh. You knew that that individual wasn't good for you. You knew they wasn't good to you. You knew that y'all were unequally yoked. They showed you countless times that they did not respect you. They showed you countless times that they did not value you, that they saw no worth in you. They showed you countless times. That's on the job, that's in the church, that's in the friendship, the familyship, the situationship, relationship. They've shown you over and over and over, and you decided to stay connected anyway. You decided to be a part of it anyway. And guess what you do every single time that you do that? You dishonor yourself. Every single time that you do that, you disrespect yourself. Every single time that you do that, you disrespect yourself. Every single time that you do that, you are self-neglecting. You are self-sabotaging. You are going through what you're going through because of your own decisions. It's not because God wants to punish you. It's not because God's saying you're going to suffer the consequence of this. You're suffering the consequences of your own actions. You're suffering the consequences of going your own way. You're suffering the consequences of your own disobedience. Understand that, because the Bible says clearly the obedience, when you are obedient, you will eat the best of the land. Understand, you will eat the best. You will eat the best. You will be full. Understand, off the best in the land. That's what it says. So anytime that you're on starvation, anytime that you're going through it, guess what? That's because it's you, not because it's him. Because even in a famine, it says this, even in a famine, the righteous will have more than enough. That's what the Bible says. It says this, even in a famine, the righteous will have more than enough. That's what the Bible says. So when you're going through it and you're suffering in life and you're going, that's on you. That's because you're acting in your own way. Because he says, even in a famine, even in a recession, that's because you're acting in your own way. Because he says, even in a famine, even in a recession, even when the world is at its worst state, the righteous will have more than enough. I can make you rich in a famine, in a recession, when everybody else is down bad, when you are obedient, when you are upright, when you are in alignment with recession, when everybody else is down bad, when you are obedient, when you are upright, when you are in alignment with me, baby, you ain't got to fret, you ain't got to worry, you ain't got to operate in fear. Understand that, none of that, because I'm going to do exceedingly and abundantly all that you can ask or even that, none of that, because I'm going to do exceedingly and abundantly all that you can ask or even think. You ain't even got to speak it out of your mouth. All you got to do is, I'm on the way. That's it. That's all. That's how he operates. He says it's going to come a sound in your life. When you get in alignment with me, when you start doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, operating according to your assignment and not what you like to do and how you want to do it, when you start being obedient to me, you're going to go into a place of your life where you're going to be winning and you ain't going to be able to stop winning. Understand that every time it turn around, left to your right, you're going to have a win. Up and your down, you're going to have a win. Every time you spin around, oh baby, I'm winning and I can't stop winning. I've been winning so much that I'm kind of scared. Anything I speak, it happens. Anything I think, it happens. Every time I take a step, it happens. Doors just automatically open for me. Opportunities just automatically find their way to me. I'm in rooms now that I didn't even know I was going to be in. I'm doing things now in my life that I never even thought that I would be doing. Oh my God, I'm winning and I can't stop winning. I'm looking at myself like, what in the world is happening? Baby, that is favor. Understand, favor is so different. Favor is one of those things that never will, and it ain't fair. Understand, because some folk will look at you and be like, why you? How could it not been me? I did more than you. I had this, I had that. And you're like, baby, favor just ain't fair. You may have had more than me materialistically. Materialistically, you may have had all the investments. You might have had the nice cars. You might have had the nice houses. You might have had all of those things. But spiritually, you may have had all the investments. You might have had the nice cars. You might have had the nice houses. You might have had all of those things. But spiritually, understand, I am spiritually rich. I am spiritually running over. Spiritually, I am full. Spiritually, I'm in a better position. I am spiritually running over. Spiritually, I am full. Spiritually, I'm in a better position. Understand that you got what's going to be just for the moment. I got what I got, and it's going to take me a lifetime. It will go from generation to generation to generation. What I got is going to fill me and my children and my children's children. Understand that it's the same thing that we talk about when we talk about Jesus at the well with the woman. He said, yeah, you can drink out of Jacob's well, right? You can drink about that well, and it will quench your thirst for right now. But if you drink my water, it's living lifetime. You have to make up your mind. Do you want instant gratification? Or you want longevity? That's what I'm going to leave you with this morning. As we're going into October, this is October the 1st, and we're setting down what we're going to be doing, rules, regulations, how we're going to be moving for the month of October. From the fast to the meditation to the reading to the study group to everything. You have to make up your mind. Do you want instant gratification? Or do you want longevity? Because newsflash, you can't have them both. Double-minded, hot and cold, 1 foot in one day, 1 foot out the next day. The spiritual journey is not hocus pocus. Or whatever the game is. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, turns it all about. No, that's not how this works. Hokey pokey. Your spiritual journey is not a hokey pokey game. You can't have 1 foot in when it's going the way that you want it to go. And then take that 1 foot out when you have to see the responsibility and the requirements that it's going to have. You're not going to be able to twist it all about and then decide on what it is that you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it. That's not how it's going to operate. You're going to have to be all the way in and you're going to have to be all the way out. Because the Bible says when you're lukewarm, that he'll spit you out of his mouth. You got a decision that you got to make. It's either you want this instant gratification or you want some changes that can be made in your life that can change your whole entire life. I'm talking about life changing, bettering your life, extending your life, your wealth, your health. But it's gonna require something from you. That's exactly right. When you are double-minded, you're definitely unstable in all the ways. You can't commit to nothing. You can't be halfway in and halfway out. That's not gonna get you the results that you want. You can't halfway do it and think that it's going to work out the way that you want it to work out. You have to be willing to do the work. You have to be committed. You have to be all the way locked in. And this month, don't be afraid to push back. I'm telling you, everything that you want is riding on it. That joy, that peace, that sanity, that good life that you want, you can have it, but you have to be willing to do the work to get it. But if I blessed your soul on this morning, if I gave you exactly what you need, if I opened your eyes to see whether you got your motivation, your inspiration, or your confirmation on this morning, double tap on my screen, send me some love, send me some love, send me some love. I need 6 badges to reach our goal on IG. Facebook, I see y'all past y'all goal. Double tap on the screen. TikTok, y'all past y'all goal. Y'all at 218.8K. Double tap on that screen. Thank you so much, Black God. I appreciate those flowers. Let me get some love over on TikTok and IG. Double tap on that screen. Facebook, I truly appreciate you guys. If I lifted your spirits, thank you, Sheila Davis. If I lifted your spirit, if I gave you motivation, confirmation, or inspiration on this morning, if you're walking away right now, lifted your spirit, if I gave you motivation, confirmation, or inspiration on this morning, if you're walking away right now with a different perspective, if you're walking away right now and you're saying, you know what, I feel so convicted. It was some of these things that she was talking about this morning. I know that's been me. Thank you, Queenie. Thank you, Nikki, with the word. That's been me. Thank you, Neek. That's been me. I've been playing with myself. I've been letting people just take me for granted. I've been letting people run amok up in my life. I have been acting out of my flesh. I've been making decisions just to simply satisfy my flesh. Thank you, Lisa. I've been letting folk lay up with me as a void filler or something to do because I ain't had nothing else to do, because I ain't want to be lonely. Thank you, Shay Shay. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Heather. I ain't had nothing else to do and I ain't want to be by myself. So I settle for this, I settle for that. And you doggone right, I really need to get myself together. I really need to get myself in alignment. I really need to step up to the plate, because how I've been acting in my life, this ain't right. This is not right. I've been really selling myself short. I really been putting myself on that clearance rack. And truth be told, I have definitely been over there allowing people to take advantage of me and my good